Program. Now, a country free of corruption and a move towards modernization and the World Trade Organization. That's the future President Dmitry Medvedev outlined for Russia at the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum. Well, RT's Anissa Narway is at the meeting and can give us more details on this now. Anissa, what exactly did President Medvedev say about his plans for modernizing Russia?
Well, modernization certainly was the main theme, and in fact, it ran through very smoothly into all of the other problems that he touched upon. So modernization is connected to all of Russia's problems and challenges that it faces to modernize its economy, as the president laid out. In terms of modernization for these business executives and world leaders and modern innovators, this is what the Russian president had to say about what he steps think are vital for Russia to really move forward in its push to modernize the economy.
I don't want a major renewal of just outdated elements in the economy, but all public institutions. We need systematic changes. We should not hesitate to say sorry about many bad habits. We can't focus only on the step-by-step development. That would be a mistake. There might be other stagnation behind the stability. That's why we need to quickly change everything that stops our breakthrough development. All this is the basis of the strategy I've outlined in the past 3 years as Russia's president. The strategy is a modernization program. I'm sure this is the most up-to-date policy for Russia. We can significantly change the situation over the next few years. That's why we should focus on the following: improving the investment climate in Russia to create new jobs in the regions, the creation of police and other security forces, improvement of the effectiveness of the jurisdiction system, and finally the modernization of government, applying modern approaches and decentralizing power.
The president also mentioned that he believes that this push for modernization in Russia has to begin, and it is really taking steps at all levels, that society really has to have desire to modernize their country and unite to do that. And with that, he believes Russia can really become the biggest and most effective economy in the world.
Yes, hello there, Anissa. You mentioned all levels of society there. President Medvedev pointed also to the fight against corruption as key to Russia's future. How does he plan to tackle that?
That's right. Anyone who's an investor and is here, of course, knows that corruption is a big problem in Russia. It's something we hear from officials all the time. Quite some harsh words from the president, saying that he believes that corruption is literally choking Russia's economy, and that people and the figures that are doing this need themselves to be taken care of. I'll let him, in his own words, put it out for you how he sees it.
The noose around the neck of those who practice corruption should be tightened, and the whole of Russia agrees with this without any exception. But corruption is very difficult to deal with. The existing order of criminal prosecution is very slow and very complicated. It should be maintained, at least, so that there are clear guarantees in place in case of unjustified accusations, which unfortunately does sometimes happen. At the same time, the government should be purged of corruption in a more decisive way, and for that purpose we should enhance the way those suspected of corruption are dismissed from public service.
Now, in terms of corruption, of course, the president also spoke about government reforms. He talked about decentralizing power, and of course, something we hear from him very often in his term as presidency, the fact that the judicial system is suffering serious problems, and that needs to be reformed as well, all in the end to modernize Russia.
Anissa Narway live there from the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum. Thank you for that.